Yep, that's what you get when you tangle an old country boy. Hey y'all, how are you? Man, it's been a few days, I guess. Get to what all those delays were, but I was out here in the mini pea patch, if you would. I got tickled. Jordan come out here. Of course, the weeds, I've been keeping them at bay, but man, they're just driving me crazy because they're eating all the pea food, as I call it. And there's only a certain amount of nutrients around those plants, and them weeds get it all, and the peas won't make right. So I decided to do it right. I'd do one row at a time every evening after work and get it completely clean, and then within a week I'd be done. So I told Jordan that. He walked out here and I was on the second row. I broke my rule. I went to row number 2, and I said, "Hey bud, what's the look?" He said, "Man, it looks good." I said, "I'm not going to do it all tonight. I'll just do a couple of rows at a time." Y'all know me better than that. So it's all done, by the way. I've got just a few stragglers. But it got me to thinking. I was working over in Huntsville last week with my pastor, and we was talking about, of course, he gets tickled at my energy, I guess, and my stamina, because I just get it natural. And we was talking about my meemaw. And I remember when she'd be picking those peas, I remember where we got it from, especially tonight, is I'd in one row of weeding tonight. I mean, that's enough for tonight. And I'd look over at that other row, and I'm like, I got one more row in me. So I get that row done, and that's enough. I'd look over there, and I got one more row in me. And we'd be picking those peas with her, and we'd be worn out about 100 foot in, and we still had a quarter mile to go. And she'd start off with 2 or 3 bushel baskets stacked. She'd fill one of them up, take off the full one, and go to the next 2 empty ones and just keep going. I don't think she stood up for a quarter mile until she finished that row. She always taught us, if you got enough in you for one more, and you keep thinking like that, and before you know it, you're all done. So I didn't follow what I told Jordan, that I was just going to do one row tonight. I went ahead and took them all out. I figured no time like the present. Plus, we got a good little rain today over here while I was away. So the weeds pulled up even easier. Did y'all have a good weekend? Hope so. One of my favorite holidays is coming up, outside of, I guess, Christmas and Thanksgiving. July 4th and Independence Day celebration. I always enjoy that time of the year and reflecting on our freedoms and liberty and all the good stuff that so many have fought for, and just all that. So that's coming up. Hope y'all are planning some time with family and a good time there. Have to mention my granddad. His I guess angel date was over the weekend and yesterday, and he's been gone 4 years. Doesn't seem like that long, but then sometimes it seems like it's been an eternity since he passed. Big influence in my life. In fact, even though he wasn't necessarily as big in agriculture as that was from my dad's side, as my mom's side was, he always had a garden and tended bees, and world history teacher. And that's the first time I got my hand on an old tiller, was with him over in Orange, Texas. That's a picture I shared a while back of me, probably about 7 years old. The big old Sears Craftsman like to whoop me to death in that little plot of land. Hey Lisa, how are you? Hey Brenda, I'm trying to keep up with everybody. Hudson is doing phenomenal. He is doing good. He'll end up being a semi-outside dog, but right now, given the grief that we dealt with our two babies in Abby and Malta, we are on extreme paranoia watch about Hudson anywhere on the place outside. So he has to be leashed anytime he's out here. Isn't that sad? 10 acres of land, and we can't deal with it. In time, he's still a pup, so he's got a little wander in him. We can't afford to let that happen again. Hey Susan, how are you? Saw my sister Kim's watching, and Charlotte, hey, how are you? Go back a minute. Allison, hi, how are you? Hey y'all, if I do want to tell you, I appreciate y'all watching this silly washboard chronicles, and hope I make you smile and take you back some good memories. But even after the fact, when you miss the live, if you say hello, where you're from, I'm always interested to read it, and always like to even hear your stories, maybe what memory we invoke, and feel free to always share yours in the comment string and know that I do read them and really enjoy looking at those. But not a whole lot of events happening on the old place today. I was weeding and thinking about Dad and Pawpaw and all that, and I can't help but go back to, well, I got so many stories. I try to figure out which ones I could probably ramble for 2 hours, but try to figure out which one might be relevant and enjoyable. But in the 70s, late 70s, Dad decided that he needed a career change. He was working on those barges down in Port Arthur, and decided to go a little better route and moved to Huntsville and joined the TDC entity, which has changed names several times. And it brought back to, we lived in a little trailer there on the diagnostic unit with all the other guards as an entry-level position. And boy, it was a different world back then, even with convicts. My sister and I would get off the bus, and of course it was all guards at that little trailer park. We'd come home, and the inmates would be mowing our yard, and we'd have fresh milk and meat and produce and all that sitting on the porch. It was all self-sustained back in those days. And for those of y'all that know much about the Texas penal system back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, up to about the mid-80s, they had a farm for everything, and they self-sustained back then. And we wasn't scared in the least. We'd be out there playing while they was mowing them ditches with those sling blades. But it kept them busy. And we've all had, I guess, problems, some of us worse than others, but at least they were being productive and not cooped up. And well, sorry about that. Somebody calling the phone. I guess I'll have to turn that off next time. But no, it just brought me back to a different place. It was simple back then. That hadn't been that long ago. But different world in that system now. But Dad went on to move on up the ranks and had a good career with TDCJ. And thankful for that. But never forget those times coming home, getting off the bus, and seeing those old boys in white was just like seeing somebody else walking down the street. Big different time now, sure is. But anyway, peas are coming on. I'm impressed, not with myself, but with the fact that we planted late. That DNA just keeps on kicking in that little pea seed. Isn't that something? I guess I just never lose a sense of wonder about that. And that little old seed's all the programming it needs to sprout, put on the right stems, and then at the right time, set peas, and then fill them out, and then go to seed if you don't pick them. All from that one little seed. I'd say they ain't many I don't think there's a computer that could do that, not naturally. Somebody has to program it. Well, that was programmed by the good man, big man upstairs. So I'm in wonderment every time I come out here and look at this stuff, and just, it's good stuff, simple. But anyway, well, alrighty. Okay, guys, hang on. That's a good one. Is that a coral snake, or is that, let's see, red and black, friend of Jack? That's not a good one. I think that's a coral. Nearly got me. Red and black. Oh, red and yellow killer fellow. Okay, that is a coral snake. Alrighty, how about that for some drama? Whew! Nearly stepped on that booger. I'm gonna have to find him. That one can't live. Goodness gracious alive. I don't think I've ever seen a coral snake, especially right under my foot. Yikes, I think I'm gonna go to the porch. Somebody was joking with me the other day. One of my friends said, man, you need to put some drama on those videos. I said, what do you mean drama? It's just realness. Well, we just had some unstaged. I guess isn't that the right rhyme? Let me go to y'all. What do y'all think? Was that a coral snake? Hey, Carolyn. Did you see that, Brenda? Let's see, how's it go? Red and yellow kill a fella? Red and black friend of Jack. So that one's a coral, I believe, because it had red and yellow touching. What was it, about 2 foot, 3 foot long? Whew, got me worked up for a second there. Well, I ain't going in those bushes, I'll tell you that. I think I'm gonna have to find a hoe and get us a snake for a dart. I don't like that at all. I let them live and let live if they ain't got the poison to kill me, but that one wouldn't be a good ending. Yeah, I gotta get that one. Yeah, he boy, okay. I guess I better let y'all go before I'm still kind of in shock on that one. Put him in that chicken pen, let them chickens peck on him. That's where he's headed. Yeah, I gotta go find that one. So let me wrap it up. Enough for the stories tonight. And if y'all, I'll let you know if I got him. If I'm not on tomorrow, I guess he got me. Oh well. I ain't gonna spend too much time looking for him. I don't know if they're ground dwellers or what, but he may have an old den over there. But that's one we got to get. All right, let me let y'all go and see if I can find him before it gets dark. Yeah, I will. No, the pattern was red. It's a coral snake, if the rhyme's correct, because the pattern was red and yellow. All right, I'm gonna have to go back and look. Hey Faith, how are you? Hudson's doing awesome. He's in the house. Let me see. If you just joined, I just almost stepped on a coral snake, Faith. So I'm gonna go try to kill him real quick. So we'll catch up with Hudson and other things here in a little while. I'm gonna go get Jordan. I bet he'll have to come out here with boots this time. That silly thing walks around out here in socks. That'll teach him. All right, let me let y'all go. Oh, okay. All right, we'll talk with y'all later. Bye.